Hello, friends. Finally, our friends, Bobby Wine's bodyguard, Nubian Lee. No, sorry, Bobby Wine's bodyguard, Eddie Mutwe, as well as one of his best friends, Nubian Lee, the gentleman that he always sings with in his songs, have been released after something like 6 months, ever since they were arrested last year in December on an island known as Kalangala, where they had gone to campaign for His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. It has been joy and tears at the headquarters in Kamocha, where the prisoners reached and talked to the media, talked about their experience in what do you call that place, in the prison and things of that sort. They also told us that there are so many Ugandans that are incarcerated, and there are so many Ugandans that are being imprisoned without any reason. Now, of course, why has Museveni released these people? 30 of them, but there are still plenty who are left in prison. They have been granted bail through the General Court Martial. To court, Nubian Lee, the gentleman you see in the picture, Bobby Wine's good friend as well, he said that they have not been broken, they are not broken, and also that they are going to fight, and that we should fight to see that civilians are not taken to court martials to be, to be like taken to court martials to appear before court martial judges in one way or the other. Now, this comes as a coincidence on two or three factors. Number one, the release of Bobby Wine's bulletproof car. Number two, the reappointment of General Guti as the General Court Martial. Number three, the surges in COVID, as well as the attempted murder of General Katumba Wamala. So much has been happening in these weeks that the story of our brothers being released is really, really something that has a very big telling in one way or the other. Now, let me first go through the statement that His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has released, and then I'll go into the analysis. He says that we are delighted to reconnect with all our comrades who have been released today from illegal detention. After 6 months of torture, imprisonment, and humiliation, the General Court Martial today released 18 of those they were still holding. Prominent amongst them was Nubian Lee, Eddie Mutwe, Dan Magic, Kampala Lukman, Bobby Young, Chivumbi Akleo, and others. Their release on bail was hinged on very tough conditions, including an order for them not to go beyond Kampala and Wachiso without the court's permission. We are very grateful to all Ugandans, home and abroad, who have raised their voices demanding for these comrades' release. I thank religious leaders, traditional leaders, political leaders, and all ordinary citizens who have done everything to demand the release of these people. We must now not relent but continue to struggle until the hundreds of our people are freed unconditionally. We must not relent until General Museveni's criminal regime is brought to the account for all the atrocities they continue to commit on the people of Uganda. We shall overcome. Now, these are some of the pictures, as you can see, of His Excellency Kyagulanyi, as well as some MPs and other comrades after their release in one way or the other. So now the question is like, why did Museveni release our comrades? Because there should be a reason, of course. Not to read so much into it, but there can be reasons as to why people have been released at this particular juncture in time, especially when he needs them to use them as pawns or as chips to force His Excellency Bobby Wine to negotiate, because we all know very well that Museveni has been holding these people and telling them to ask Bobby Wine to sit down on the same table with him and see that they negotiate. Now, after Bobby Wine refusing to negotiate with Museveni, Museveni has realized that, you know what, I'm holding these guys for nothing. Why not release them? It's not just that, by the way. It is because of the relentless efforts the Ugandans, political leaders, and the people that Bobby Wine has mentioned that have been pressuring Museveni to release these people. You remember people have been protesting in the diaspora, at embassies, writing on Twitter, and all these kind of things. All those have really contributed to the release. But also, from my own analysis as well, I understand that with this release, what it means is that last week they released Bobi Wine's bulletproof car, and today they have released 18 prisoners. Notable amongst them is Nubian Lee, Eddie Muto, the bodyguard, and all these people. Now, of course, there is something that is happening at the moment, because what Museveni thinks that is, we are going to dwell on this and say, okay, our brothers are back, it is time to go and do party after party. Unfortunately, it's not party after party. And after the release, people are already back to hard hitting Museveni. Now, a few things are happening. Today, or as we all understand, Museveni is AWOL. He has run away because COVID has gotten on top of him and he's nowhere to be seen. Right? We know people are dropping dead every day and night. And Museveni, who professes to be the president of Uganda, who professes to be a leader of Uganda, he is nowhere to be seen. He has run away. So in order to get people's minds off COVID, things like that, and all that pressure, and people asking where the initial money that he got from COVID has been put, well, why not release some NUP supporters, or why not release Bobi Wine's bulletproof car? It also comes at an incidence whereby people are trying to look so keenly and majorly into the, what do you call that thing? His cabinet, because the cabinet is also quite interesting, right? So people now are like, these people that were nominated, who are their spouses? Who are the people behind them? In case Museveni dies, what is likely to happen? All such questions are being asked. As a matter of fact, Museveni is saying, you know what? How about I release that car? Do you think it will change the narrative? Because what they are trying to do is literally to control the narrative. And the narrative already slipped out of their fingers, it slipped out of their hands, and they have no control over it. Because it is just Bobi Wine, it is just NUP, it is just people, activists who are setting the pace and the narrative, and Museveni is just being reactive to that. Now, we also understand that the murders that have been taking place of Katumba Wamala, people have been very inquisitive about that topic, and Museveni has struggled to explain how Katumba Wamala, someone tried to murder him. The story of Nachambadde telling Katumba Wamala, yes, Katumba Wamala's killers will be caught. Interesting. So all those kind of stories, they are not yet done. All that is a lot of pressure, because he tried to kill one of the most decorated generals in the country, and that doesn't go away lightly. It doesn't go away lightly, even amongst the military. It does not go away lightly. And in one of my future episodes, I'll tell you why. So the release of our brothers and sisters is also looked at as a sign in case one of them dies in prison at this juncture. Like, if one of them dies in prison, what are you going to tell the people? So in order to reduce the risk with the boiling pressure within the community and within Uganda, because of people losing jobs, people are being laid off, people cannot afford money and all this kind of stuff. So they are like, you know what? These people, if we keep them any longer and anything happens to them in prison, it might be our way out. It might hasten, or it might quicken our way out in one way or the other. So what they decided to do is that, you know what? Let us release these gentlemen and put them out there and see how we move in one way or the other. But also, as you see, because the coming of Nubian Lee, the coming back of Nubian Lee, the coming back of Eddie Mutwe, it is that kind of spirit, it is that kind of momentum, it is that, they reinvigilate the struggle. There is a way these people, because all these guys, these were the unofficial, okay, you can't call them the unofficial, but these are the real people that Bobi Wine really believes in. Nubian Lee has featured in most of, almost 95% of Bobi Wine's song. Eddie Mutwe has been very close to him. He's the one who cuts his hair. He's the one who is his bodyguard. Kampala Lukman has been the gentleman who has been taking his pictures. And so many other people have been doing too much work, different bodyguards here and there. So as you can see, that what that means is that now Bobi Wine has his team back. And what we are going to see here is, of course, lots of creativity, lots of things that are going to be, it is going to re-energize him. it is going to reinvigorate him, and we are going to see the best out of him now that he's I'm not saying that we are not his team or the rest of the people are not his team, no, but what I mean is that these people, these people who always have his back, who would always do anything even if it means death. These are the people that could even die for him, if you know what I mean. So having such kind of people back, it really means a lot to the struggle. It also means a lot to His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu. We just expect, of course, different hits are going to come out in terms of music, and we also believe that the team is now coming all back together in one way or the other. But what does this mean for Museveni? Because by Museveni releasing these comrades, he knows very well that, man, okay, I've let the dogs loose. I don't know what's gonna happen, but let me just wait and see. That's what he's trying to do, just to play waiting them and see what happens, as he is trying to work on the pressure that he's facing, that is internationally, as well as the pressure from within, because that is what really is happening. Because too much pressure that is happening, by the way, it is the one that is causing him to do this kind of acts, like it or not. Because what Museveni needed or needs is negotiations with Bobi Wine, and those negotiations have totally failed, because it gives a good image to the international community. He was using our comrades as pawns to negotiate, the sit-downs, but definitely all that failed. And as a matter of fact, our comrades have come out as winners in this entire debacle. We welcome back our brothers and sisters, our comrades, and we are very happy on the speech you gave, that where you stopped, that's where you're going to continue from. And we also give you our commitment that we are ready to get you back on your feet. We are ready to have you on. We are ready to move in the same footsteps with you in order to see that we take our country back in one way or the other. Welcome back, and we wish you all the best, our fellow comrades. Have a blessed one, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to comment, subscribe, and like the videos in one way or the other. Bye-bye.